drafted into the Army when in 1969 he found himself in the middle of a raging barrage of bullets and shrapnel. And maybe you're a Vietnam War hero. You've been in that war. But it was the Battle of Hu Yang Hill. McLaughlin voluntarily entered the kill zone, is what they called it, the kill zone. And it was to rescue injured comrades even as he was pelted with shrapnel from a rocket-propelled grenade. In its announcement last month, the White House said McLaughlin voluntarily risked his life on 9 separate occasions to rescue wounded and disoriented comrades. He suffered wounds from shrapnel and arms fire on 3 separate occasions, but refused medical evacuation to stay with his unit and continued brave enemy fire to rescue, treat, and defend wounded Americans. Now, the guy that I'm talking about, McLaughlin, he's 71 years old. He's now living in South Haven, Michigan. And he was telling the Associated Press in an interview last month that the battle was the worst 2 days of my life. McLaughlin described the shrapnel as a real bad sting and recalled, "I was tending to 2 guys and dragging them at the same time into a trench line," he said. He looked down to see himself covered with blood, a wound so bad that it prompted a captain to suggest that he leave the battlefield to seek treatment. He knew me enough to know I wasn't going. The combat medic stuck around until the battle ended, coming to the end of this man and fighting the enemy, even knocking out an enemy RPG position with a grenade at one point. In all, the Pentagon credits McLaughlin with saving lives of 10 members of his company. Medal of Honor is given to armed forces members with distinguished themselves, but going above and beyond the call of duty in battle. So McLaughlin left the Army in 1970 to spend decades teaching philosophy and sociology and coaching football, baseball, and wrestling at South Haven High School, and until retirement in 2008. Now, in 2016, Defense Secretary Ash Carter recommended McLaughlin for the Medal of Honor. But since the medal must be awarded within 5 years of the recipient's actions, Congress needed to pass a bill waiving the time limit. President Barack Obama signed the measure, good thing, in late 2016, but he didn't get the opportunity to recognize McLaughlin with the medal before his term ended this year. President Donald Trump will be putting that on him for the first time in his experience of doing such a thing. McLaughlin said, "That's pretty special." You may not get a medal, may not have a medal, but that was one of the worst wars in history, one of them, the Vietnam War. A lot of people still fight it. Unbelievable. By the way, the Rambo films have something to do with that, at least the first and second one with the POWs, and still there's thousands unaccounted for. The death camps, I want to talk about ruthlessness. The Vietnamese, man, were ruthless. But a terrible war for both sides, obviously. It was terrible. But the nightmares, and he said that was the worst 2 days, and what he saw and what those folks saw, the carnage, the amount of blood, these people have nightmares almost on a nightly basis. Night terrors, you want to talk about that? Terrible things. I would never want to ever witness that. But men and women went into the war zones like that and fought for their country. And just the sacrifice that these men and women put in is just unbelievable. Here's a story that I just could not believe this morning. And how does this happen? But it does. People falling behind into the cracks and all that of society. But there was a man. His name was Glenn Scarpelli. He was 53 years old. And he was a man who helped hundreds of people. Mainly 911 rescuers. You see that he was a Manhattan chiropractor who helped these people adjust them, and when they were stressed out, he made these adjustments. And there was a lot of freaked out firefighters. A police person was saying that if anyone needed help, said Adam Lamb, a fellow chiropractor who volunteered alongside Scarpelli. He was just an amazing, generous person. The reason I mentioned him today specifically, he jumped to his death along with his wife. They all say they were saints who helped relieve joint pains for hundreds of 911 rescuers. The reason being is they were broke. They didn't have any money, folks. They had financial problems. So him and his wife, Glenn Scarpelli, 53, committed suicide with his wife, Patricia Colin, 50, because of financial woes. Spent days and nights volunteering his time at World Trade Center after the 2001 terror attacks. Scarpelli and Collins left a detailed suicide note before their fatal leap onto East 33rd Street into Murray Hill, detailing how they cannot live with their financial reality. But he did speak out about the 911 volunteering to blog writer Dr. Thomas Lamar. You could feel the energy. You could feel the death in the air. He said, "We're using just our hands and adjusting people from our hearts." It's tough. How does this particular thing happen, folks, where people... They give so much of their lives, and they end up needing help from others and not able to get the help. I understand it. I see it. If you live long enough on the planet, you see it. And it's a shame, but a lot of folks have become self-absorbed. They don't help one another as they used to. There was a different vibe to the country. When I talk to old-timers, as I put it, people that are around a little bit longer than I, been around in the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s even. People helped each other. Not only could you get a ride across town or to another city safely, but you could get help from somebody, and there was more people that were their brother's keeper. That's why it pains me sometimes to see a guy who helped people save hundreds of thousands of dollars, gave people consumer advice, educated people about government, and reached millions of people, is in a nursing home staring at a ceiling fan. And I can't even raise enough money to get an iPad. Above frustrating, it is frustrating, folks. And so sometimes you kind of realize where people are at the end of life. But I am going to remain optimistic for Chuck. And I'm going to remain speaking his legacy on the airwaves, keeping For the People going. We love Chuck. We miss Chuck. Let's keep his legacy alive. Let his life mean something. Let us know, even though he's in a nursing home, bedridden, can't get out, that we still remember him and we love him. You can make a donation now at forthepeopleshow.com. We'll be back.
This thing called life, we're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
Hi, I'm Mike Linnington, CEO of Wounded Warrior Project. I'm humbled to announce a major milestone in service to our nation's wounded warriors, their families, and caregivers. Wounded Warrior Project registered our 100,000th warrior, who will now have access to our free, life-changing programs and services. This milestone clearly demonstrates that the needs of our nation's warriors are great and growing, and it's more important than ever for us to stand behind them in their recovery and rehabilitation. We are as humbled and honored to serve the 100,000th warrior as we were to serve our very first warrior, Mr. Brian Mooney. Brian.
I would like to personally thank those of you who supported me and thousands of other warriors and their families through Wounded Warrior Project over the past 14 years. The impact of your efforts will be felt for decades to come. On behalf of everyone here, thank you.
Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page.
And welcome back to For the People, America. I am Keith Allen. No fake news here. Just the truth sprinkled with good old-fashioned common sense. Can you still find it? Well, you can find it here at For the People and forthepeopleshow.com. That's our website. forthepeopleshow.com. If you've not visited our website, we invite you to visit our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll find a lot of things on our site, such as the topics that we talk about, a daily news thread where you can actually follow us on a news thread, which is very, very nice. It syncs up to all of your smartphone devices as well as your computers. So make yourself familiar with our website, forthepeopleshow.com. Also on social media everywhere. You can find us at Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. We're there. Wherever you are, For the People is there, and we just ask you to stay connected. And if you like the show, do us a favor. If you like the show, share the show with as many people out there as possible, because that's the only way that we can seriously grow out this program. We are a listener-supported broadcast, but more importantly, besides supporting us monetarily, by sharing with your local radio station and with other friends of yours. And chances are, if you like the show, a friend, a neighbor, somebody else will actually get a bang out of the broadcast as well. So we really appreciate you doing that. For some of you, you might have a little time on your hands to be able to help us out that way. That would be awesome, and really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Charlie Gard, little Charlie Gard, the boy in the UK that was not really given a chance, in my opinion, to live. They gave little Charlie their best shot. You see, Charlie Gard was a terminally ill baby, and he died a week shy of his first birthday, from what I understand, after a lengthy court battle, if we talked about. Unbelievable, the story. It captured worldwide attention. Pope, presidents, millions of people captivated him. A little bit similar to the Terry Schindler Schiavo. Charlie Gard's parents were not allowed to even take little Charlie home for him to die with dignity in their own home. Nope. Wasn't allowed to do it. The state controlled everything. Isn't that nice? The parents did not have the freedom to take their own son home. But instead, they're going to be burying Charlie Gard with his beloved toy monkeys. Little Charlie died on Friday in hospice after he was taken off life support. His parents, Chris Scar